Hello Dino Peeps! This is an update video on the Gigantoraptor. Just a few hours after my first video went live, I received numerous hints about unmentioned mechanics and explanations of the mentioned but not understood mechanics, so thank you for your messages. Briefly, the Gigantoraptor is much more complex than we previously all thought. The buffs that I couldn't explain have their own game mechanics linked to them, so let's see what we can add to our previous video. First of all, forget about the cheese method. That you can trap the mother was patched out the same day my video came out, so good thing we didn't waste our time with that. New methods of trapping will probably be patched as soon as they become public. Then also some additional info on how the feeding of the babies work in the baskets. The babies are only fed when you are sitting in the saddle, otherwise they starve. This is important because if you take the babies hunting, it can take a while for you to get back. How many rounds the hunting imprinting has depends on the level of your baby, so that will keep you busy for an afternoon. I spent the weekend also testing things and writing them down and then asking the devs for some details again, so I can be sure that my assumptions are correct. In the process I was also able to report some bugs, so that is a win-win situation. So first of all, a brief explanation of the position the Gigantoraptor takes in the gameplay. The Gigantoraptor is a creature that could be interesting from early game up to the end game. In the endgame, however, it is very niche, but I will explain that when we get there. The Gigantoraptor is the only method that is supposed to give you extra levels when claiming a baby. And I know that currently babies will get extra levels when the server single-player game had a freshly restart. But that is a bug that will be fixed. So getting the extra levels will in every situation require the Gigantoraptor. But before you're disappointed about this, it is a good thing, because the Gigantoraptor has the ability to influence where those extra levels will go when you claim the baby. Or rather, let's put it this way, you have the ability to influence it if you use the Gigantoraptor for claiming. If life is the highest base stat of your Gigantoraptor, mutations included, then babies will get more levels in life when you claim them. And if your Gigantoraptor has more levels in melee damage, then the baby gets more levels in melee. But of course, there are more details here. To maximize the bonus and then also getting the maximum amount of levels the Gigantoraptor could get in that stat, your claiming Gigantoraptor must have 60 base points in life and 254 mutation points. Before that, he will get the bonus but not maximized. And this is your hint that you should start mutating your chickens now. This mechanic has a few more levels to it. To get the full number of extra levels, your Gigantoraptor must meet two conditions. He must have a 100% taming effectiveness and he must be completely leveled up. Because only then he will pass the 100% taming effectiveness also to the baby. And to get a 100% taming effectiveness, you must either have a bred and raised Gigantoraptor or a baby that was claimed with another 100% Gigantoraptor. And before you now turn off and think 88 levels, that will never work. If you're Gigantoraptor, it is important that both the baby and the Gigantoraptor are imprinted on you, goes hunting with imprinted babies, he gets up to a 25% experience boost. And that should definitely help to get there. And that's the other buff we didn't understand, but now we know how it works. If you bond, let's say, 2 Rexes to your Gigantoraptor, then if they are near the Giganto, they get a 10% damage resistance and 5% more damage. We already knew that. But for every kill your Rexes make, your Giganto gets a stack of Parental Pride. You can see this from the yellow cloud. Once you have more than 15 stacks, it changes to Parental Rage, and that gives you an even bigger boost. I will show you the screenshot how both of the boosts differ. For the children, Adopted Love changes into Adopted Rage. And this makes your Gigantoraptor an interesting tame that you can take to bosses, because for your boss animals it is a small imprint on top and you can also level your Gigantoraptor. Plus you get 50% more damage on your Gigantoraptor when you have 25 stacks of Parental Rage, which can be useful for certain things. I then pushed the whole thing to the limit and looked if Gigantoraptors imprinted in a chain could do a boss fight. Theoretically, yes. But all must have a rider that has imprinted on that specific Gigantoraptor. Otherwise the Gigantoraptors are too light and will be pushed around by minions and bosses. However, I think it could probably be a nice experiment to check out different combinations. Now to my updated opinion of where the Gigantoraptor fits in gameplay. Early game, in my opinion, a good fast mount with which you can farm. It doesn't need much of a setup to tame the first one, and from there you can just work your way up to get better levels. Mid-game it helps with raising and boosting breeding tames. Of course, Also excellent as a nanny for easy organization of the babies in the baskets, but just remember to have a feeding trough nearby because he only feeds when you are sitting in the saddle. Endgame is interesting because you can min-max your base stats here. It is probably only really important for hardcore breeders who also want to get like the last 4 or 5 points per stats, because it takes quite a bit of preparation to get there. However, I can imagine a good set of mutated Gigantoraptors will be a standard for every long-term tribe. Now a short to-do list for you, what you should do to prepare for the future content. Tame high-level Gigantoraptors, start mutating them with mutation stacking. It is important that you keep the lines separate. How mutation stacking works, I'll show you in the video linked at the end. Then make sure that you power level some of your animals in between to get more Gigantoraptors with better levels. Only claim wild Gigantoraptor babies with an adult Gigantoraptor when the animal is completely leveled up. Otherwise it will get fewer bonus levels after the claim compared to the emote dance. But once you have a leveled Gigantoraptor, use exclusively that Gigantoraptor to claim the wild babies, because it's more efficient. Level your Gigantoraptor by going hunting with animals imprinted on it. And that's it so far. Later, also make sure that everyone in your tribe has a Gigantoraptor of their own to train babies. I will write a detailed article in the ARK mag later on, so you know, I will pin it here in the comments when it's finished. So, also see this video as a compliment and partial correction to my first video. Thanks for watching, see you next time, bye!